Hi everyone, it's Lisa here on this awful winter day, but we're able to still craft. I'm crafting for the Paris Bourbon County Library, and today we are making our DIY jar ring sun catchers. And I'm going to show you, actually I've not put one together, I've got the materials to put one together, but I want to show you the materials that you'll need first. You're definitely going to need a jar ring. Several of them would be wonderful, that we could paint them different colors, and you could hang these in your window. You're also going to need a coloring page, and that can be the coloring page of your choice, one that you've done at home. To the best of my knowledge, this does not matter if it is crayon or markers or colored pencils. So you could do any of them, whatever you're coloring at home. You just need one page. You're also going to need some vegetable oil. They recommend olive oil. I was out of olive oil, so I just chose a vegetable oil. And I've put just enough in the bottom of here to put my paper in. I'm going to need paint and a brush, because I would like to paint these and give them a little bit of color other than the gold or silver that you're going to buy them in. This is a Waverly chalk paint, and I use that only because that's what I had available to me. I may need twine to hang them with. I'm going to need Mod Podge to seal them with. And I will need a pair of scissors and my glue gun, our handy glue gun. So let me explain what I've done so far. I took my jar ring, and before I did anything, I wanted to get my image soaked in the vegetable oil. So I'm going to take it upside down. I'm going to actually take the silver one or the gold one here, and I'm going to find an image that I like. I really like this cat and the marigolds. Well, I really like that as well, the hanging basket, and that has more color, so I think I'm going to use that one. I'm going to trace around it. And cut it out. I saw this online, and again, we try to do crafts where we have the supplies for. That's part of crafting. That's the fun of crafting, I think. It's just using what you've got. Jar rings, most people have, and even the kids have coloring pages, so they would enjoy making some art with those coloring pages. So here I have my disc, and all I'm simply going to do is immerse it in my vegetable oil. I'm going to move that around a little bit. I want to make sure it's covered on the top and the bottom. And I actually, for this one and this one, I actually let those sit for possibly an hour to really soak up the oil, and then I retrieved those. I got them out, and I wiped them just with, actually I didn't wipe, I took a paper towel and just dabbed them to get the extra vegetable oil off, and then on a paper plate I let them dry overnight. These are not oily, and I can now use my glue gun to attach them to my jar ring. So please leave them in there about an hour longer if you'd like. Just make sure they're well saturated, all the fibers of the paper, and then take a paper towel, wipe off your excess, dab off your excess, and then you're going to put that on a paper plate just to dry. So we're going to put this one to the side, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to explain how I did my rings. You could spray paint your rings. I did not want to get out in 17-degree weather and paint my jar rings, so I have used, as I said, a Waverly paint. I painted them with 2 coats and then a coat of Mod Podge. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quickly. I don't really need a lot of paint. this Waverly chalk paint does cover dramatically well. As a matter of fact, I may not need 2 coats on this one, but we'll see. We could use a little sunshine right now in Paris. It's bright out there, but it's from snow, so. Now there's my 1 coat, and you do not have to do the inside unless you choose to. I think I did on the green, but I did not on the blue one. So I'm going to put this to the side and let it dry. Get my first coat done. I'm going to let it dry. Get some of this off. Okay, our next step is to take our images and we're going to hot glue those so that the bright image is out. So that's easy. I'm just going to go around the inside of the jar ring. And there we go. Now, in bright sunshine, these will appear to be almost clear. You can actually see the sunshine poking through the fibers of the paper. And because we added that vegetable oil, it kind of gives it a translucent appearance. So these were going to be beautiful. When our sun eventually starts shining, these are going to be beautiful. Let's do this one. The dogs are barking outside. I'm not sure if they're enjoying this snow or not. Again, we're going to put that image side down. There we go. And there is my other one. Now to hang these, you could do just about anything. You could use some E6000 and glue a little chain to the very top of it. I think all I'm going to do is use some twine. And let's see, I want to make sure I've got that to the top. I think we're going to go on the back side right here with a little hot glue. And we're going to take our 2 ends and secure them in place. I'm going to give that just a moment while I do the other one. I'm going to make this one a little shorter. You could take ribbon. I'm doing twine. You could do just about anything that you wanted to hang them. And you could actually hang them in a different way if you wanted to secure the ribbon in a different fashion, you could. That is my cat. I'm going to apologize. She is cabin fever cat right now. And there we go. Now, to add just a little bit of something else, I'm probably going to make a little knotted tie for the top. I'll trim it up just a little bit. And right there at the top, you can do so much with twine. You really can decorate well. And there you go. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with this one. Now again, I haven't used the Mod Podge here. My paint has not particularly dried right now. But the last coat before actually assembling this is a layer of Mod Podge. And that's just going to seal it and prevent your paint from chipping off and that kind of thing. So let me go ahead, put a little bit of glue here. We'll put our little bow on top. Excuse me. Not quite dry, as you can tell. I've got it on my fingers. That's going to need 2 coats because I've picked it up so many times while it's wet. It's actually leaving fingerprints on it. And these are our, let me move everything out of the way here. These are our DIY jar ring sun catchers. I hope you enjoy this. Think about making these. It's a wonderful way of upcycling some of those coloring pages that you probably already have at home. I will tell you there is a kit available for it, and it will contain a couple of coloring pages, your jar rings, and then that's really all you're going to need. The vegetable oil, the twine, those types of things you should have at home. But think about picking up one of these kits, and I hope you've enjoyed making them or watching them. If you make them, please post them to our Facebook page. We have had several people posting images to our Facebook page. We love to see that. We love to see that you're using our kits. I hope you enjoyed this and keep crafting.